Oh,
I'm scared.
we're so live right now.
Oh no.
We are so live. Wow. 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 So we're going to start and we're going to preface this whole thing by I'm sitting on the wrong side because Jen said this is her show today.
Yep.
It's pretty much every day. I love you.
Love you too. I'm so nervous. I can't do this.
Don't be nervous. No, don't be nervous.
Okay.
We're going to start by saying, this is my first question. It's like the first thing I wanted to say to you.
Okay.
Because I don't know if I ever asked you this.
Oh God.
Why me? So no, this is my wife, by the way. This is Jennifer Padula. Why me?
Well, I wish I could like say it's because I was on a lot of drugs, but I don't do drugs.
That's fair.
I don't know. Stop. I can't.
No, this is good. This is good.
Why you?
Go back in time. Go back to like
High school?
Yeah, high school.
Well, it started out like I just, wanted like to talk to a boy. And I was like, oh, like anyone will do.
Nice.
No, not anyone. But nice. Brittany, my best friend, was dating one of your friends. So I was like, all right, like find me one of his friends.
Yeah.
I don't want to say names. But
no, don't say names.
And so then like you came along and I was like so shy and so nervous. You remember, obviously.
I do.
And I don't know. Then like I don't know.
You settled.
No, but obviously we were like super young. You were my first like love and everything. And then I guess I just stuck with that.
It's actually crazy.
Forever.
Yeah, it's crazy. I remember you dubbed me first. Turn your C1, turn it down a smidge and turn me down a smidge too. Yeah, right there. Let me hear you talk one more time.
Hello.
All right, we're good.
No, I didn't. I was just I was scared. I was really scared of boys. And
you were.
Yeah, so I was just like awkward and uncomfortable. So it's not that I didn't like you, or I just was nervous.
Did you like me?
Probably at that time. I probably thought like you were cute. I don't know if I liked you.
No big deal. Oh my God. Nobody just snagged it. I told you this. I've told you this a bunch of times. I told you this. I think we talked about it recently, how like I low-key crushed on you. Yeah. You were a year younger, so I low-key crushed on you. You were like amongst guys, you were kind of like the hot girl that you couldn't get because like you didn't.
I was scared of boys.
Yeah, like you really didn't. Yeah, you really didn't. You weren't going around and like hooking up with guys. No.
So I was scared.
Yeah, but I definitely crushed on you. Like I thought you were like super cute. And then I remember why I'm saying you dubbed me was because it was at
your house.
Was it my house with my buddy, my basketball friend.
Yeah.
We'll remove names.
Yeah.
Basketball friends. And we were drinking in the basement, and I wanted to hook up with you. And
yeah, but I don't think like you went in and I like moved away.
See, I wasn't a very aggressive.
Yeah, I think it just like I was probably giving you vibes that like I was probably
just
keeping
standoffish.
My like 3 feet.
You definitely were. You definitely were keeping your 3 feet. Yeah, it was just like it wasn't. Yeah, it's not dubbed. It's just I went into it with expectations.
Well,
and the expectations failed. And then like
that was a mistake.
By who?
You.
By not going in and being aggressive?
No, by having expectations.
Yeah, I guess. I think in high school, though, everybody has expectations. Yeah. You're going to hang out with a girl. It's like,
No, but like, I wasn't like that.
You weren't like that. Guys are like that, period. Like they think with their, bang. So, but no, I remember that. And then like a year went by and then we were at the same guy's house.
Yeah.
The same guy's house a year later. Now I'm a senior, you're a junior. And, that's where you're talking about like Brittany and whatever.
Yeah. Well, and then how many years later?
We're approaching 18.
Yeah. Right.
November will be 18 years. So like, let's use that as an example, right? 18-year anniversary of being together. We got married 6 years ago, approaching 7.
Yeah.
Crazy. 18 years, but we will have been together longer in our lives than we haven't been together.
Yeah, it's crazy. And it's crazy. It's like there really isn't like a lot of my life that I can remember that you haven't been part of it. I mean, obviously.
Oh, vice versa. Yeah.
It's crazy.
It's nutty. But yeah, now we're here back in our hometown.
Yep.
With a 3-year-old son.
Yeah.
And we're starting our family. It's pretty nuts. Yeah, I've been through, I got to give you some serious credit. I do. I have to give you credit.
For what?
Because I'm wild. I don't think when you met me, I was as wild. I had my tendencies, but yeah, it was really when I went off to school and like started to find myself,
Decided you were going to be a rapper.
Decided I was going to be a rapper. Yeah. It's great. I was telling somebody this the other day. The only reason like I even really, really went for it was because I was doing so bad in school and fail and like football and all these things. And like, it just wasn't working out. And it was the first time in my life where I didn't have the ability to coast and everything was just super easy. So I got like hit over the head and I'm like, I'm not going to be the guy who drops out of school and is the loser. So like,
I'm just going to be the guy from high school who becomes the rapper.
I had to do something like, I'm an attention seeker, especially then. Like I like attention, you know what I mean? I definitely do. I've learned to embrace it more, like not so much seek it, but be who I am. And it kind of is what it is. But yeah, at the time, I didn't want to be like a loser, quote unquote. And you're 20, 21 years old. It's cool, especially when I got to the basement around like Clef. Like it was cool.
Yeah.
And I can't believe you.
And I stuck.
Well, you knew and you watched it progress. I think you probably would have switched gears in many ways if you didn't see it to some extent progressing.
Well, maybe, but also at the same time, like I was just letting you do your thing and kind of thinking it was like a phase.
7, 8, 9 year phase.
I was like, it was a long phase.
What were your first thoughts when I said I'm gonna rap?
I was like, oh my God, he's probably not good. Like it's gonna be embarrassing. And I mean, like just to be honest, like the beginning, some of your raps
terrible.
were like so vulgar, and I was like, and it was like a little. I was like a little embarrassed.
Well, I was such a big Eminem fan, so like I tried to emulate.
Yeah,
some
I was like,
of that.
oh my God, if my mom or dad hear this,
it was so aggressive.
So aggressive.
I was saying some wild things.
Yeah.
I don't really remember.
I just like ignorance. Like I'm just not even going to think too much into it because it will. Yeah, I can't.
It was crazy. It was a wild time. But yeah, we didn't live together until we got married.
Yeah, if we lived together younger, I don't know that.
You wouldn't have.
If we lived together before we got married, I don't know if we would have got married because I think like.
I don't think we would have.
You needed to get out of your system the like lifestyle you were living and have that time to be like free and out all night and like in the studio. And if we lived together at the time, I definitely wouldn't have liked it. So I think by the time you were ready to like, I don't know that you were totally ready to like scale back and settle down, but by the time you did, like that's when we lived together and it was like, okay.
Yeah. Well, I made a very conscious decision and chose you. I did. Like in my
chose me because over that lifestyle. Yeah.
I love you so much. So like I did not want to like the thought of none of it felt right. Like it didn't genuinely feel right, like as much as I wanted to continue to pursue that career because I love it. I love performing. I love writing. I love it. I love it. It was like, I got to the age and I think we just grew up and I got to the point where it was like, I have to make a very, very conscious decision. And then through it, I tried to figure out how I could do some of it within the lifestyle, but switched gears tremendously. Like he
says this all the time. You have no idea.
You don't. You don't have. You do. You do.
I do because I know like what you're doing. It's just I wasn't in it because I wasn't living with you. But I think also just like for your health, you needed to change your ways.
Yes. The late nights and all that stuff was not good. And then anything after midnight is just not good, period. Like there's nothing good that happens. You know what I mean? So you definitely had to switch it up. And there's so much about the way life is now that not life with, I'm talking about like that like the structure life, that I really, really, really do appreciate. And the older I get, the more and more I do appreciate it. It doesn't mean that I won't think like, oh, there's an opportunity, and if I have to stay out till 3, 4 a.m., like I won't do it, because I absolutely will.
I know.
But I don't.
You still sneak it in every now and then.
Very rarely. 3, 4 a.m.?
What about I don't know, maybe not even a year ago, you were out with work and you stayed out till 5 or...
Well, that's work trips.
Oh, yeah, work. No, it wasn't a trip. You were supposed to be coming home.
Oh,
Let's not get into it.
Oh, I know exactly what I know what this one was. I was with somebody?
No, you were with like work people. It was like a work thing. A lot of them were staying in the city. You chose not to stay. You should have just stayed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
you still do it when you can.
It's so rare. It's so rare. It's so rare. It was every single night. So for me, it's like, you're telling me twice out of the year.
No, I know.
Twice out of the year. All right. So I think we're going to use this we're going to make it fun and we're going to have some fun. We definitely want to have some fun. We'll do like some game. I have to do sports talk with you. That's happening. Okay. But I think I want to hear it from you in this setting. Like, who is Jen? Like, I know who you are, right? I do, but I do think that you're very put it this way. As much as I love, the person that I am, there's so much that I look at when I look at you, I'm like, I wish I had a little bit of that. No.
What?
You hold a lot of things close to your chest. So for me, it's for better or for worse, because, I want the answer in the moment and all this,
Yeah.
But you hold a lot of things to your chest. You're extremely tunnel vision. You're very, very family oriented. You're extremely close to your family. You're goal driven. You are extremely ambitious in your own right. Like, my perspective or perception of ambition is very different from your perception of ambition, but I've watched you grow professionally as a woman, and you are wildly ambitious. You are.
I don't see myself that way. I think
you're tunnel vision. You have your few things, in my opinion. You have your few things that you just sink your teeth into, and you like that comfort.
Yeah, I like that. That's a good way to describe it. I definitely like to control as much as I can. Like, when things are out of my control, like, I don't like that. So
no,
I try to I guess follow. I'm a rule follower, right?
Yes, you are.
So I was raised, you're respectful. You follow the rules. You do good in school. You get a job. Well, not even really, because looking back, my mom was a stay-at-home mom, and I kind of thought, oh, I'm gonna do that too. But then when I graduated high school, I started making money. I'm like, no, I like this. I like having my own money. I want my own career. And my husband's trying to be a rapper. So I definitely,
I'm going to need a job.
I need a job. I need to hold this down.
Oh man.
So yeah, I mean, I think with me, I have actually a lot of anxiety, and I think that's why I am the way I am, because I'm so worried, this could go wrong. This could go wrong. And I'm always catastrophizing things. And I'm I really try to stay focused in the things that I can control. And that's my career, my family life, the relationships I have.
Where did that begin? Is that your upbringing? Is that I know there's experiences, we don't have to get into the depth of things, but were there were obviously moments, what was it that, where you started to catastrophize things? Because you do.
Yeah,
it's the word, you are half glass empty, worst case scenario. Yeah. I'll be driving down the highway. I'll be on the phone with you. Be you better watch, because I heard that last night there were 42 accidents on the park. I'm yo, stop.
I guess that anxiety started. I don't know, because I wasn't that way throughout high school. I probably wasn't that way until maybe my 20s. More recently, I really even think when I don't know. I mean, I've always had it in me, but to really let it
you were
take
reserved.
over.
You were reserved.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say you catastrophize things, but you were definitely reserved.
Yeah, I think I just a lot of people go through life oh, that bad thing, it's not going to happen to me. It's not going to. I go through life that can happen to me. I have had bad things happen to me that I wouldn't think would. So I think at a young age, going through certain things that feel like they wouldn't happen to me, it made me think like, oh wow, life's like really precious. I'm like scared. I'm just scared. I don't get scared if something is going to happen to me. It's more like the people I love. That's why like with you, like you're like, oh, I got to go do this. I got to run around. I'm like, we have to drive like an hour away, but like, are you going to be okay? And then I'm like tracking like to make sure you made it there okay. And like, that's not the way to live, especially now with a son. Like every single thing he does, he could be like outside in the backyard. And I'm like, oh my God, what if that tree falls? And like, it's like definitely something that I need to figure out because it's not a way to live, but.
You're not alone though. Like I do too internally.
Internally, but you don't let it like stop you.
I won't.
Doing
no,
things.
I look at like one life to live experience is extremely valuable. I will say when you just said like life is precious, I got like a little bit of a chill because, it is like it is, and I don't think I ever viewed. It's not like I didn't know it.
Yeah,
I just did. It wasn't at the forefront of my thinking. Like life is precious.
Yeah. Well, clearly you've tested that theory, but there's there has to be a balance like of, because part of me is like, oh my God, life's precious. I want to do everything I can to be like safe and make sure I get the most out of life. But at what point is it?
Yeah, it's so
like,
tricky.
If I'm not doing things because I'm nervous something bad can happen, then I'm not living. So it's like
that
you
is
have to
such
find
a
a balance.
fine line to walk. It is actually crazy. I believe that is one of our strongest, like the strongest reasoning or why we are together and why I think we value each other so much is because I bring that out of you and you reel me back in. I think that is something that we recognize for sure. We don't even talk about it.
Yeah.
I just think it's like very much so what it is.
Yeah, it's like understood.
It's very understood.
Be like jumping out of a plane every day.
I don't know.
Never leaving the house.
Yeah, I mean, I've said this to you many times. Like, I don't think I could ever be with somebody who was like me. Yeah. It'd be fiery, it'd be wild, it'd be maybe exciting, but it would be detrimental. It would be chaotic. It would be fighting, and you know me, I can get loud.
And if I was with someone like me, we would
the
never
most boring life ever.
Be a very safe, boring life.
It would be the safest life of all time. Yeah. But that's the crazy thing is, even in the safest life, like things happen. We all know people who aren't like me, for instance, but unfortunately things happen, and so it is a very fine line to walk. And I think it's very important to find that balance for sure. I think it's really good to bring the best out of each other and pull people into you pull me into your comfort zone and I pull you into mine, because again, I give you the experiences that you kind of yearn for, but can't find it on your own, even just through things. And then you dial me back. I mean, you, in the almost 18 years of being together, 17 and a half years of being together, I'd like to hear from you the difference between meet me, my 20s and my 30s. What is your perspective?
You and your, wait, so what was
when you
it?
meet me, high school, my 20s, I say high school, college, 20s, 30s.
Okay. Oh my God, it's hard for me to even remember. High school, you were just like, I don't know, you're so in a bubble. So it was all just about like sports, friends. Like you were just very focused on sports.
It was simple. Life was so
like
simple.
Going to party, like, oh, what party are we going to? Like, that's what I remember of high school. You weren't super wild, but you were like, you just like to have fun.
I hit
like
it.
To be
I
out.
hit it. I hit it very well.
Yeah, like you like to be with your friends. You like, 20s, shit show. I almost like, I know we were together and dating, but I almost feel like we lived such separate lives.
We did. And
we had to, because I didn't want to immerse myself in like the life you were living, because that's just not safe.
Mm-hmm.
I can't stay up all night. Like I need to sleep.
Yeah. I was around a lot of things too that were just way outside of your thinking.
So we were together but we were separate. And you were just, I think, like finding yourself, like
still finding myself, Jen.
Yeah, but like really taking it there. And then now in your 30s, I think you're completely different. You're a lot calmer you're very like level-headed. You have your moments.
Always will.
But you've really, I think, like found peace, and like you used to be like very quick to like jump to an argument like this and that, but I think now like you really step back, you think first, you I don't know, you're just a lot calmer.
Yeah, I
still search, like you're always still searching for happiness, peace, what you enjoy, what you love, and I think that's a struggle for you because most people just go through their like day to day, their 9 to 5, and it's like, whatever, this is just what it is. You're like not going to settle for that, and I think it could drive you nuts. But also, it's good because you're not going to just live with like a job you're unhappy with, where most people will. Yeah,
well said. I feel that, and that is spot on. I think for a long time, especially in my 20s, I had a lot of demons. I had a lot of like, I'm hiding shit. I lived 2 lives. So like I'm here in Westwood and I'm living home and I have my group of friends here and I have this life and then I'm down in the studio and I'm around a very different, and mind you, the crazy part is like, I loved both of it so much. And I figured out at least to some degree how to have both, and make it work. But internally, it was a nonstop battle. So like when I was snippy and it was truly a reflection of how frustrated I was with the situation, I guess, to some degree. But like it hadn't really clicked. Mm-hmm. It just did, and none of it really made sense to me yet. I was going through the motions. My aggression and all the things that I had for a long time was, my partying. And it catching up to me and not wanting to be honest about it, not wanting to be honest with you. Like we've gone through our shit. I've put you, the fact you're Saint, Jen, like it actually, like how I think on my own and the things that I go through mentally. And then I'm also extremely, impulsive. It like pains me that it does. It pains me that I've put you through shit.
Yeah, well.
It fucking bothers me.
Pains me too.
It's not fair.
No, I mean, it's
not fair. It's selfish. I've been very, very selfish in many ways. Like I know I'm a good person. I know my heart is in the right place. But when you're constantly seeking, your truth, or you're seeking what you're looking to feel, or you're looking whatever the hell it is, it could put you in a very precarious situation when somebody else is involved. And like I've really put you through a lot of shit that you're just not deserving of. You're such a good person. You are.
Thanks.
It's true. I don't know how I lucked out.
Yeah, well, remember that.
I'm thinking my 30s slowly but surely. I'm starting to remember it more and more. But yeah, you really are. You're such a good person, and it's so rare. It is like you're rare for you are like for a guy. And I also am super happy that I never had to go to like the dating.
I know. I would be so bad at dating because, like, I think
you would be terrible.
I would be so bad at dating, right? Like, I think
you'd have to find the right one, but I don't think their intentions would be.
I'm still
pure.
So like awkward. I just feel like I'm an awkward person in general. Like, how do I say weird shit? Like all the time, but
yes and no. You're pretty normal. You're pretty normal. Thanks. You're funny. You're actually you're fun. She'll do this all the time. You do this all the time. Where like. You'll say something to make me laugh. I won't react. And like, you don't get me.
Yeah. You don't always get my humor. Like I'm very sarcastic and you'll take it seriously. And then I get frustrated because I'm trying to be funny. And then you don't believe me that I was trying to be funny. Because
you're not sarcastic enough often enough for me to grasp it. Like I'm always.
Am I breathing loud?
No, I don't think so. I don't think so.
I feel like I am. No, this whole thing is just going to be like.
No, I know. Listen, you're funny. You're actually really funny. And I want more of that when it's not. You're really, really, really. It's funny because as much as you are not, you say like not comfortable around people the way that you think you are. I actually think the best of you comes out when you are around people. I think that you like drop a lot of what's in your head and you're in the moment and you flow. and you're just being like, there's moments I'll see you with people where I can just tell like you're completely tapped out.
Yeah, I get like, what's the word? Like when you're talking for too long, it's like, okay, I can't do this anymore. You could go all night. Like
none of that phases me.
You're very like social. My social battery runs out much quicker than yours.
Quick. but in the right setting with the right people, the right energy, the right vibe, like you will go for hours. Yeah. You will.
If I have a drink or two.
It definitely helps. Definitely helps. Drink of choice. Go. I know what it is. Two.
French martini.
And?
Espresso martini.
Yeah, martinis. But not a regular martini.
No.
Not a regular martini.
No. I don't even think I've ever had one, but I don't like olives.
You don't like olives?
Yeah.
Best French martini?
Shit. I would say 130 Club, but the last one wasn't that good.
Everyone prior was though.
Yeah,
and I do agree it tasted different.
Yeah.
I always sip it.
Made it weird that day. But yeah, 130 Club has a really good one.
Do they have the best espresso martini too?
No. Best espresso martini.
Mind you, we're talking like Bergen County, unless we're going.
Yeah. You know. Oh my God, I haven't had one. You know where it was really good? What's the place? Osteria Crescendo.
Oh, that was good.
Really good.
That was really good.
I could go for one.
Wow, their oysters were so freaking good. And then something happened to me though. Remember, I got like sick.
No, not that day.
It was that night.
No, you didn't.
Yeah, because it was after the oysters, and I thought it was the oysters.
No.
When was it?
You definitely didn't get sick after that. You got sick. I don't know. We're not talking about that, but you didn't get sick after there.
I'm pretty sure it was. No. I don't think it had anything to do with the food, but I think it was that.
Tito's Burritos.
No. That was recently.
No, you did not get sick after the oysters.
I'm pretty positive.
I remember being nervous you were going to, because there was like stuff going around, and you didn't.
Are you sure? You remember the time I got...
I'll get back to you, but no, that was in Hawthorne.
No, at home recently, not too long ago, I got, my stomach was killing me and I threw up.
It wasn't that.
I'm pretty sure.
I'll get back to you. I'll think about it.
How are you going to find this?
I'm going to think in my brain, but it's too on the spot.
Here you go. I'm going to think in my brain and there's the answer.
I will think, but no.
All right. Well, it wasn't that long ago. It was within the last 6 months for sure. All right. Tapped out. Tapped out. All right. What is your... See, I probably know a lot of these answers, so I want to... What is your guilty pleasure?
Like Housewives?
That's
Bravo?
your guilt.
Well, it's not guilty. I don't feel guilty
pleasure
about it.
Is house.
Yeah,
see,
like,
that's how boring.
No, it's so fun. Like I get invested.
Okay.
Housewives or like Bravo.
I know. It's every Bravo show. And then I get invested.
Yeah.
I'll be sitting there. I sit down on the couch. I'm on my phone. And then it's like, what is she talking about? Like, she's dumb. He's stupid.
Exactly.
Favorite show that you've watched in the last year?
What have we watched?
We've watched a lot.
I know.
Shows, we've watched a ton. We only really watch shows more.
I just can't remember. What is the show we've watched recently?
House of Dragons.
We never even finished that.
House of Dragons?
Yeah, we never.
Yeah, we didn't finish the last episode. But we watched it like recent shows. House of Dragons, the one we just watched. That was good. It was on Netflix.
It was in another language.
It was in another language. Handmaid's Tale, but that's not really in the last.
No.
Because that was a while ago. There's hold on.
Oh, I like the show on I think it's on Hulu.
Which one?
The one Tell Me Lies. I like that.
That was good.
Yeah, I like that.
That was a good one. I don't think it's my favorite, but
I don't know if it's my favorite. It's just the one that I'm thinking of
sticks
right
out.
now.
That was a good one though. I'm trying to. I keep going back. Like I said, a year. So like, we watched Billions together, didn't we? Was it not Billion? No, it was Succession.
I didn't really get into it. You mainly watched.
Really?
It.
You didn't watch that with me?
I watched some of it.
That was a good show. Yeah. You would like that show because it was in your wheelhouse. Like as far as like how.
Yeah, but I was in and out.
Probably Love Is Blind up there.
Yeah, but that's just like stupid.
Yeah, it's stupid. All right, we'll leave that there. We can go through a bunch of shows. Let's think. What other? Do you have questions for me?
No.
You have nothing?
No.
Top of mind. You could put me on blast if you want.
No, I'm the guest.
No, you're sitting in my chair.
I know, but
This is your show. You said it to me. You said it to me. No. All right. Okay, I'll ask you something. What has it been like becoming a mother?
Ugh. Well, half the time I feel like I'm not like old and mature enough to be a mom. So it's like kind of crazy that I am. It's like, who allowed this? But I think for me, because the like journey to becoming a mother was not easy, like going through IVF and just not knowing like if I'd ever be able to get pregnant. Just that whole thing like took such a toll on me that by time I did get pregnant, the whole pregnancy was just worried. Like, okay, is this gonna work? And I think like for women, we like anticipate the moment we're gonna become mothers. Like you hear everyone talks about, okay, the moment your baby's born, you're just gonna feel like this love that you've never felt. It's like this indescribable feeling. It's immediate, like, and you just hear about this your whole life and you have this expectation that that's what it's going to be. And I think for me, there was so much anxiety leading up to becoming a mom. And then obviously I went through like a really long traumatic labor, like 24 hours, so many hours of pushing. Like I was so exhausted that like when he was finally born, I didn't feel that like thing that everyone said I was going to. And also he was like covered in shit. So there was like that. There was that too. He pooped.
Shithead.
So I think immediately, I mean, of course I loved him right away, but I expected it to be this like feeling that I've never felt before. And I think I was so like exhausted and traumatized from everything I'd been through up to that point that I was like super upset at first because I thought something was like wrong with me that I didn't feel. And like you're running around jumping for joy, like kissing all the nurses, like taking everyone. And like, I'm like, oh my God, he feels it. And I'm like, I just want to sleep.
Yeah.
So like my first like hit of motherhood was hard and not what I expected it to be. And I got there. Like I wasn't like depressed or anything like that. It was just, I had this anticipation and expectation because as women, we like set ourselves up for these big moments in life that you're supposed to feel this certain way. And I just didn't. So it was like definitely a little, I don't want to say like disappointment, but just like what's wrong with me.
Yeah.
But
you said that to me a couple of times. I didn't even know how to respond. I'm usually pretty good at like, I
think because you felt it, like you felt it immediately. You felt it.
Oh, I felt it.
Yeah. And so like,
I felt it.
It just took me a little bit to get there. And I think it's a lot more normal, like what I went through than like people just don't talk about it because you don't want to be the one. But I've talked to friends and other friends of mine have experienced that too. And I think, we just no one talks about that. Yeah. So
I think it's really good.
Kind of normal.
I think it's really good you talk to each other about it because
you don't feel alone. And you're like, oh, maybe I'm not like a failure.
Yeah.
So obviously at the beginning was hard. Newborn stage was really hard. But, I think like a few months in, like once I started to like really feel myself again and get over like the healing, get over the trauma of like going through IVF, being so anxious throughout my pregnancy, going through like
a rock star through the whole thing though. Like even though you went through all of that, like it's for us, it's so fucking easy. It's really, it's wild. You went through, you were rock solid, like through the entire process. You were so good
externally.
I think you're good at it. That's kind of like a very good trait of yours is that you're pretty, I said this earlier, like you don't give people,
I don't like other people to feel my stuff. Like I won't let, and like if I'm going through something like with you, like say we have a big fight, I'm not going to call everyone in my phone book and tell them about it and vent because at the end of the day, when we make up, I don't need them like holding that. Like I just don't, I like to, not like to internalize, but I do because I know I can cope with it and I don't need other people like knowing all my stuff and holding it against people, me or anyone else. So
that's a strength though. That's not easy because oftentimes we want to talk. Yeah. We want to get it out.
I just talk to myself. I will. I have like my people I can talk to, and I do when I need to. But I'm just careful with who they are and when I share. But but now, like obviously being a mom, it feels like very, very natural. Sometimes I feel like I'm like, I don't know, like he's teaching me so much more than I'm teaching him, and like.
Explain that.
Because it completely changed my life, my day to day, how I live, and patience. That I thought I was very patient, but like no, I wasn't.
I've seen you a few times, like about to lose it.
I know, and he's so good, but he's at that age right now where it's like, leave me alone.
Oh,
and
he's testing.
He knows he can get away with it with me because I'm like the nurturer, and I'm not really the one that comes down on him. So it's definitely, it's a constant evolution. Like how I am as a mom now is totally different than how I was a year ago, 2 years ago. And
it's always going to change. It's always going to, especially as they get older and they grow and they get into the, they start becoming more of who they are or going to become or whatever. Like,
and I'm not like, we're not perfect at it. Like I'm not a perfect mom. You're not a perfect dad.
That is a huge thing to understand. Like mind you, not even as a mom, like in general, you're not perfect and the world does not revolve around you. So like it is for anybody and everybody, especially as a parent. There is no, this is how it's done. Like I've said this to you a lot. Like, remember when we were living in Hawthorne, right? In the apartment, like, oh my God, we need to get a bigger this. And I said, Jen, like, we can live in a box.
Yeah.
And if he feels loved, like literally, he's not going to know nothing but the feeling, right? And I do believe that. And I don't give a fuck what anybody outside thinks because the purpose becomes them. Yeah. So I don't give a shit what your opinion is and what we do or don't have or do or don't do. Like, fuck you.
Yeah. As long, like you said, as long as they feel loved and safe, like we're just learning. And I think it makes me appreciate my parents so much more too.
Oh my God, yes.
Because like you think like your parents should just have it all figured out, but they were
kids.
They were having kids at 21.
Correct.
Like, could you even imagine?
No shot.
Yeah, no. So
I'd be having on stage a chain around his neck, like
literally. But yeah, no. I think like being a mom has changed me in so many ways. I think it's heightened my anxiety, but yeah, I think I just went into it thinking, I had all these expectations of what it had to be. And I realized, it doesn't have to be that. There's going to be ups and downs.
Yep.
And we have to just do it our way and figure it out and lean on the people that we have around us to support us. And that's
it.
What it is.
It's like almost like with kids, it's almost, like when you're even before kids, you have that, like that gut feeling. And you always talk about my gut always tells me, even though you're wrong a lot. You know what I mean?
But you remember one time I don't listen, then I'm going to be right.
Yeah, and that's I know. But because your gut feeling will take you to like places that are like, wait, what?
It's not a gut feeling. It's anxiety.
It's anxiety. It's 100% anxiety. But you do have good intuition. Neither here nor there. When we have those feelings, we kind of ignore them more. But when you're not taking care of a child, like your child, so you don't really think about it the same way. So like. That gut feeling you have, I'm saying this because you're right. Just go with the flow. And like every kid is different. Every experience is going to be different. All these different ways of going about things. And to be honest, like I think the best thing to possibly do for any parent, is be yourself to your kid. Because the second you try to act like what you think it's supposed to be, then they're going to grow up. They only know what they know. So they're going to think you're this way. And now you've boxed yourself into now for how long, right? That's going to draw such a disconnect.
Yeah, and you have to be yourself. But also raise a good human.
You do have to raise a good human. You do. And it's very, very important. And you have to actually like raise them. Yes. But you really are you are preparing them for when they're on their own. Like you are really gearing them up and You know, are they friendly? Are they nice? Are they good to people? Are they mature enough? You know, do they understand right from wrong? How do they react to right from wrong? How do you tell them when they're wrong and they feel right and they're combative, and do it in a way where it's absorbed? Like, it is so much so that when those moments come in around their own, they can't rely on mom and dad.
They can figure it out.
They can figure it out.
Yeah.
And they're still going to have their trial and error and their ups and their downs and their peaks and their valleys. It is forever. I mean, we all still, but like, that's what you're doing. And so, again, I think the number one most important thing, and this is, again, my opinion, but I'm very passionate about it, is as long as they're happy, as long as they're smiling, as long as they have a, you know.
As long as he doesn't come home and say he wants to be a rapper. He loves music.
He loves music so much. He loves music so much. He really does. He's obsessed with Michael Jackson Thriller. I don't know about rapper.
No, he just is musical at this point.
He'll dabble in something though. He's 100% going to dabble.
Especially because you're his hero. So sweet.
That broke me.
That was so cute.
That was the greatest compliment
Aww.
in my life.
That was so nice. I was a little jealous.
I know you were. I know. Out of nowhere. I pushed you
out, and he's the hero, motherfucker.
He's in my arms, right?
Yeah, you're holding.
And he like looked up and he goes, "Dad, you're my hero."
What the hell was that? He must have heard it on YouTube. I'm just kidding. I'm kidding.
I mean, it's honestly possibly true. I don't
know. No, it was so cute.
It was so cute. I did ask him the next day. I was out of curiosity. I was like, "Max, who's your hero?" And he did say Daddy.
Aww.
So
all right. Well,
I got some sort of validation there. Okay. But yeah, that was like the greatest. That was the greatest. That was it's my dog. It's my buddy.
He is.
It's my buddy.
Yeah.
Yeah. More kids? We thinking more kids?
Hopefully.
And then you want a girl?
Yes.
I want a girl.
Yeah. I think you'll be a really good girl, Dad.
This is a selfish thing I'm going to say. I need a girl to like almost continue to be more well-rounded as an individual.
For you, having a boy, like becoming a dad totally changed you and calmed you in a different way. But being a boy dad is different than being a girl dad. I think it's going to make you see things
totally different. What did I tell you the other day when I was like thinking about having a girl?
Yeah, like what kind of guy is she going to bring home? Like,
and then in regards to like who am I? If I'm your dad,
yeah.
And I'm this lunatic and do dumb shit. Like, and I don't. It's not like every day.
But you have to be an example.
I have to be an example.
Most girls look to their father as like, okay, well, that's the kind of man I have in my life. That's the kind of man I'm going to gravitate towards.
And I know this goes on always, for sure, where parents are closeted, whatever they are. Yeah. And then they have to go and tell them and I actually don't want to get to the point where like even if I'm telling you the right thing and you don't know and it feels good to you, my daughter, right? I don't want to walk away from that feeling like I just told you something and I'm not being sincere.
Yeah.
I'm not even
because
I'm not doing the thing that you're saying. That will over time drive me nuts.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah, it'll drive me nuts. I want to go. I remember when we got It's a Boy because we thought it was going to be a girl the first time just based on like the odds.
Yeah, yeah.
And I remember, my dog.
I got this.
That's my bro, you know, and he's been my bro. Like that's.
No, I'm so glad we had a boy.
Yeah, me too. And there'll be yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, being a parent is fucking awesome. And I think it's brought us closer. I do.
Yeah, I think at times like we probably get more frustrated with each other than we would if we didn't have kids.
I think we're more patient with each other too, though.
Yeah, no, I think we have to work together on a lot. We're a good team. Moments of frustration with him, I think we could at times be snippy with each other, but that's normal. But no, I mean, I think it brought us closer. Because I think you also, a lot of dads are not as hands-on as you are, so just like seeing how you are as a dad has made me has grown my appreciation for you so much because you're so helpful. I wouldn't be able to, I need to sleep in the morning. I and you allow me to still be myself, and you take over and you jump in, and I just don't feel like I'm on my own. I think a lot of moms feel like they're on their own, and I don't feel that way.
I love that you said that. And thank you for, it's not like I try, it's real. It's so natural.
You want to.
My son, I'm telling you, like mentally, I was not in a great place. Like I really was lost, like fucking lost. And so he really, I didn't have purpose. And I hate to say this to you because you are enough. Like you really are. And I'm not saying, but like, I'm a dreamer. I was fucking not in a good mental space. And so when the second it's again, a little selfish, but like I needed it. Yeah. I fucking needed it so bad.
Well, it's something that you now have to live for. And like you are responsible for a life and making sure they have a good life and setting them up for success. So it wasn't about you anymore. It's about him.
Yeah. And I think I started to get into a space where it was a lot of things were about me and I was wildly ambitious. It's not like I don't put a finger and compare myself to a lot of different people, but I think subconsciously I did. And so like whether I was hurt or, things didn't work out, I was always trying to prove something like externally, for myself, for sure, and for us, but really, I think it's all why a lot of things didn't work out because it just wasn't.
Meant to be.
It wasn't meant to be. It really wasn't, and I forced it. But I learned from it all. Like it's all really, really good stuff, regardless. But it was painful in the moment for sure. So Mattix came in, and it was like came into our life, and it was like, oh my god! Literally the second, and I remember I turned to you right away because I went into the whole thing, the whole like birth, thinking I cannot watch this.
Yeah, you weren't gonna.
Let me tell you something though. That's also an external thing. That's like you hear God. I can't look at my wife the same way. Like, things get like stuck in your head. Yeah. And the second I was in the moment and going through it,
you wanted to.
Of course, this is the most beautiful thing ever. So like, and then I was.
Yeah, you were like trying to video down there.
I'm like holding your head, rubbing your head, look up here, and I'm like, and it was. I remember turning like right after you weren't even like there, but I was like, "You're a superhero! Like you're a superhero! Like we aren't shit."
I know.
As tough as I think I am, what I just watched you do and a life come out of you and all these things, like it was extraordinary. It was like. It was an experience that I will never, ever forget that holds significant weight in my thinking. Like it is even thinking.
I won't forget it either.
No, definitely not. But like thinking
different reasons.
Think about like men and women. Like it holds weight in my thinking of men, women, what it is. Like sometimes we, as men, we look at women as objects, like they're beautiful. This, look at the ass and the this and the blah, 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 blah. And like, it's, sure, we all, but that gave me a whole other perspective. It was wild. It was life-changing.
Yeah, sure
obviously.
Was.
Yeah. I think because we're running a little bit out of time looking over here.
I have 15 minutes. 15
minutes. All right. We're going to make it 10 because I think the camera, we want to make sure that we get everything in. All right. Let's have some fun. And we're going to do this again because this is one of my favorite conversations I've ever had. So maybe we'll do our own podcast.
It'll be like a Big Jen Tuesday. What's today? Thursday?
Yeah.
Wait, I don't want to be Big Jen. What?
Yeah, geez.
I was thinking Big Worm Wednesday.
Yeah,
Average Jen Thursday.
Average Jen. No, not average. We'll think of something. One of the things that I definitely want to do, and I want to bring you back on to do like, and not skits, but like things that I have in my head that I know are really, really funny that I think would be great, especially like snippets and shit like that because, I have fun with those. Sports.
Okay, what about them?
So, all right. So we're going to go, how should we do this?
You're going to ask me questions?
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. Pick a sport. Football.
Yeah.
Now, do you want me to ask you things about football and you just have to answer it?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think I'll be good at
Okay.
this.
What is it called when a quarterback is behind the center, but like 3 to 5 feet behind, they take the
snap.
It's a snap.
Okay.
But what is the quarterback is in
position?
What's the position?
Quarterback. Receiving.
No. So when you're either under center with your hands like under the center's butt, or you're back further. What's that called? I'm in.
Oh, a lob. Like they're gonna lob it to him. No.
It's shotgun. I'm in the shotgun. I'm in the shotgun.
Never heard of that.
Who are you?
Come on, you gotta ask me questions I would know.
The whole point of this is that...
Do people know that?
Yeah.
Okay. I don't think so.
Who is the quarterback getting the snap from?
The center.
Yes.
I think you just...
Did I say it? Oh, it's terrible.
The question
who are the people... All right, so there's one person or two people typically in the backfield with the quarterback. What are they called?
Really?
Yeah. Typically, you hand the ball off to them. In the backfield. The line is in front, and then you got the quarterback behind, and then there's... Who's behind the quarterback?
The running backs?
Running backs. And who are the people on the outside that typically the quarterback throws the ball to?
Wide receivers.
Who is at the end of the line? So you have your line, right? Okay. At the end of the line, they're eligible to go out and catch the ball. What are they called? They can also split out and be receiver, but like, what are they called?
Safety?
No, that's defense. That's defense. The position is, I'll use a name here, Kurt. Kurt played it.
I don't know Kurt's position.
On offense?
I remember his number is 35,
yeah,
right?
Yeah.
I don't know his position.
Really? Pete too.
Wide receiver.
No. Tight end.
Yeah. I don't
Tight end. Okay. How many yards are on the football field? Not including the end zones.
120.
Why 120?
Because it's like 60 and 60.
No, it splits at 50.
So 100?
100.
Okay. I was close.
Yes. What are the thick white lines that run up and down the right side of the outside of the field that's out of bounds? It like is symbolic for
those lines have a name?
Yeah.
The line of boundary.
I'm imagining us saying like you were out of the line of boundary. No, it's the sidelines.
Oh, I would know that.
Sidelines.
Yeah.
I even gave you the...
You made it sound like it was going to be like a whole thing.
You said the line of boundaries. I mean, technically it is, but it's not.
I'm not wrong.
It's not. All right, let's go teams. Minnesota.
Vikings.
New York.
Which one?
Go.
Jets and Giants.
Okay. New Orleans.
Saints.
Carolina.
Panthers.
Jacksonville.
Jaguars.
Tampa Bay.
Buccaneers.
Detroit.
Lions.
Chicago.
Bears.
San Francisco.
49ers.
I'm
really good at this.
Well, because we've done it so many times at home. Kansas City.
Them. Chiefs.
Denver.
Broncos.
Las Vegas. I knew I was going to get you on this.
Raiders.
Yeah, let's go. They moved. Proud of you. Washington.
Redskins football team Commanders.
Wow, that's a big moment.
I know, because that one used to trip me up.
All right, let's switch up the sport because we're going to...
I know too much.
You know too much. All right, basketball. Minnesota.
Timberwolves.
Atlanta.
Falcons.
That's football.
Oh.
Hawks. Let's go Boston.
Celtics.
You know New York.
Knicks.
You know Brooklyn.
Nets.
Let's go Charlotte.
Hornets.
Do you
know basketball?
How about New Orleans?
Jazz. It just feels right because like they have the
That's
Jazz.
That's very
festival.
true. Yeah. Not the Jazz.
Okay. What?
Pelicans.
I would have never gotten.
No, I know. Who are the Jazz? Where are they from?
Utah.
Chicago.
Cubs. Basketball, Chicago. Oh, Bulls.
Yeah, I was
Michael Jordan.
Come on. Los Angeles.
Lakers.
Los Angeles.
There's others?
Yeah.
Dodgers?
You keep picking all these other sports. I give you credit because Dodgers are LA.
I don't know.
Clippers.
Oh. What's a clipper?
I don't know, actually.
Weird.
It reminds me of like what I get my shape up with.
Honestly,
Clippers.
like a lawnmower.
Fair. How about Oklahoma City?
Oh, my throat.
I heard that.
Is it going to be on the audio?
Yeah.
You got to cut that out.
No, I'm not cutting anything out. Oklahoma City.
Okay. Chiefs.
No.
What?
One more guess.
Oklahoma City. Pirates came to mind.
The Pirates came to mind?
I saw like a pirate logo.
No. The Thunder.
Oh. Damn it. I did know that.
Yeah, Oklahoma City Thunder.
Ask me a basketball question because I clearly know
basketball question. Really how many starters are there on the court? How many players are on the court at the same for one team? How many players on one team are on the court playing at one time?
5.
What are the positions?
Okay, I know this. Forward.
There's 2 different forwards.
Power forward.
1.
And the left forward. Oh shit. Power forward, and it's a stupid name. It's so stupid. What does it start with?
S.
Straight. Straightforward. Power forward and
I've never heard that one before. No, it's not straightforward.
I know it though. Power forward and
yeah. Well, duh, because that's One more guess.
Give me a hint.
No, just go.
Solid.
All right, no, it's not solid.
What is it?
Not big.
Small. I knew it was stupid. I hate that name. I don't like.
Well, it's true because you have your power forward and then there's small forward.
Then it should be big and small. Just
the big forward,
consistent.
small forward. Be consistent. Gotcha.
All right, small forward. All right.
Power forward, small forward.
Center. Shooting guard.
Yes.
Point guard.
Yes. That's it.
That's it.
You nailed it.
Fucking
forward really messed you up. Small forwards.
I don't like because I wouldn't want to be that position.
You wouldn't be.
Yeah,
you wouldn't be in any on any basketball court.
Because it just sounds like small. Like I'm small. Like I don't like
LeBron James is small forward. Kevin Durant's a small forward. Just 2 of the best players who've ever lived.
Oh, maybe they're not small on the outside, but
they're not.
LeBron's small on the inside.
Oh, dig. We're not getting into LeBron conversation. We're not doing that. Maybe next time. All right. What is it called when somebody passes it in the air, they catch it and dunk it all in one motion?
Alley-oop?
Yeah.
I knew that.
Yes. So if you score from inside of the arc, how many points is that?
2.
How many is it beyond it?
3.
Okay. How many points do you get for a free throw?
1.
How many free throws do you get when you get fouled while shooting?
2.
Okay. Good. This is good. This is good. What is the glass called where the rim is connected to?
It has a name besides glass. Oh, backboard.
Basketball questions. What is it called when the coach goes like this or a player goes like this?
Timeout.
Yeah, okay.
Come on.
Well, I mean, listen, I'm just trying to, get as much as I can in. What is it called when they don't dunk it, but they're at the hoop, fast break.
A layup?
Yeah, layup.
Yeah.
I
mean, I've played basketball. Well, never organized.
No, you've never played basketball, Jen.
I've played horse, and I'm actually pretty good at it.
No, I mean, you actually you have a decent shot.
It's decent.
Decent shot.
Could be worse.
Think of one more. Who name the Knicks starting 5?
Right now? Can I name it from 20 years ago?
Yeah, if you can name a starting 5.
No, I can't name a whole. I mean, I remember Patrick Ewing.
Patrick Ewing. That's years ago. All
right. Anyway, right now I know there's a Brunson.
There's a Brunson.
Doncic. Doncic. Doncic.
You talking about Luka Doncic?
Yeah.
I
don't know actually.
No, he's on the Lakers.
Okay.
You're just gonna start naming people that come to mind.
All right, I know Brunson. Nope, he's retired. Yeah, I don't know. It's just mainly that
Brunson.
guy. Yeah.
You got Brunson.
Yep.
Do you want to know?
Sure.
Josh Hart.
Okay.
OG Anunoby.
You think I would have gotten that in an OB? I can't even say John Chick.
You can't. It was actually a struggle.
Tony Kukoc. Did I get it right?
Kukoc. You got Tony Kukoc. All right, ready? So we're going to cap off. We're going to close this out. You're definitely coming back to do another one.
Oh, God.
We'll have fun. I think we should do like fun stuff too. You know what I mean? We'll find some fun ones. I want to
like being serious too much.
It's good. I don't think today was too serious. I think it was good. I think it was healthy. But I want to do where we throw up like sports highlights and you commentate. That's like a thing that has to happen.
Okay.
All right. I love you.
I love you too.
I love you more.
Love you most.
I think you actually probably do love me more. No, I don't know actually. I think I love you.
I shouldn't.
No, I only said that because you've been so. Yeah, it is equal. But yesterday because you've been so unbelievable.
Put up with more.
You put up with more. Yeah, that's what I meant. That's what I meant when I said that. No, but I love you more than anything else in the world. I am so unbelievably proud of you for the woman that you are, the mother that you are. You're an amazing human being. Thank you for being patient with me throughout these 17 and a half years.
The patience is running thin.
The patience is definitely running thin. But I'm trying. I'm trying to make your life easier the older that I get. I am. And you do allow me to do my thing, which is something that I took for granted and didn't think you did and use it against you at times. And so I apologize for that. But it's true.
I'm going to come on the podcast more. I'm getting all these apologies.
It's good. Well, it's hard when you're at home and there's all these, this is, it's easy for me to just like be what it is. And say what it is without the ring anger and frustration. Like, no, you. But no, I love you. This is a good one. This is a fun one. You want to make out?
Definitely not.
Come on. Come
nope. No, I'm definitely not making out with you. I gotta go. Bye. Ow. Oh my God, I'm stiff.
Me too.
It's a celebration, elevation, no more contemplation. No hesitation, this my destination.